Hello everybody, this is Adam with Transparency Pro the Game Machine, bringing you a topic video for Talking Tuesdays. I know I've been doing podcasts and stuff like that, but might just take a break from it this week. It's just the week right after E3, and there's not really a ton of news out. I mean, there actually is a few things here and there. Some things I don't think are as noteworthy to talk about, but something just cropped up. Started today, some news about Capcom. Not all of it sounds good. One of it almost seemed really scary, like a Inafune type situation. But let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. So, Yoshiori Ono, if I'm saying that correctly. If not, I'm apologizing. And also, I do notice that this glare also makes it look like I'm balder than what I am. So I'm going to scoot over so that way I don't look as bald, and I can't win. This light is killing me. I cannot win. So yeah, I'm doing this in a vlog type style because I just really don't feel like dragging out my camera and then having to do some editing. So I'm just recording this on my phone with YouTube program and whatever. Anyway, so Ono, let's just call him Ono. So Ono, guy who produced the Street Fighter 4 games and did some other work at Capcom, also known for being the silliest man in the video game industry, but also has a love and passion for fighting games, and is really cares, even if Capcom doesn't really care as much as they should. You can tell that he does, even though his company does not. But anyways, the whole thing with him is he mentioned that he was leaving the Vancouver studio, which everybody took it to mean he was pulling an Inafune and leaving Capcom completely. Turns out not the case. He is still working with Capcom, I believe US and Japan. In other words, he's still at Capcom in some form or fashion, so that turned out not to be as scary. But even bigger, more terrible news for Capcom is that their shareholders are apparently ready to sell Capcom off. They're like, somebody buy Capcom, because Capcom can't run Capcom. And I know there's some people that are just like so excited that Capcom's going away, and I'm not gonna lie. Capcom has made some really freaking terrible, terrible decisions. I mean, the level of stupidity that has come from them is just so astronomically high. Especially what they did to some of our favorite games, what they did with Legends and the Mega Man series, which I personally believe is a little bit, kind of spite in Inafune. The Japanese business is kind of weird like that. They kind of, about honor and some bullshit. But anyway, so I guess the whole thing is I'm just going to keep doing this because, woo, this makes the video a little more interesting. Anyway, no. So, anyways, I'm trying to find a good, straight spot. Okay, enough ADD. Enough me blocking the thing with my hand. Anyway, so the news is that shareholders want to sell Capcom off, and everybody's like, "Oh, we hope Nintendo will buy it." And personally, I hope a first party doesn't buy it. That means that the games are only on that system, and not everybody can get access to them. So I feel like it should be a third party publisher that does get it. But the only other thing that concerns me, and nobody's talking about, is the possibility that Capcom, with its properties, could be split up into pieces, and that could be one of the worst situations. Look what happened with THQ. THQ got divided off. Saints Row and Volition, they went with Deep Silver, I believe. Quote me if I'm wrong. They went with Deep Silver, which actually that turned out to be really good because Saints Row 4 was fantastic, and they were able to finish Saints Row 4. So Volition seems like a great publisher. Also, there was some other stuff. Some of the sadder things were some stuff that was just left behind, like Darksiders, which a lot of people loved. I didn't play too much into them. They seem to be really interesting. I just never got deep into them, but that stuff gets left behind, and what makes me worry the most is that Capcom will end up having to sell. Now, of course, I don't know if this is. I've read a little bit on it, but I apologize. I'm not fully up to it. I don't know if this is 100% confirmed that the shareholders are doing this, but I mean, things aren't looking great for them, and their business decisions have been terrible. They have solely wanted to copy the EAs and Activisions of the industry. But the problem is, you try to copy these guys, But everybody else is trying to copy these guys. No one's having success. Nobody. They tried to do it with RE6. Though I think that one actually sold well, but uh, anyway, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that I'm hoping that a third party company, and I know a lot of people may want to hear, I'm sure all two of you want to know who I think should get it. And to be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't know if I feel like I don't feel even if I did go with the first party, I don't know if I feel that strongly about Nintendo. Not saying I'd feel strongly about Microsoft or Sony. Oh no, I wouldn't want them to have that at all with any of the Capcom IPs. Yes, I know I own an Xbox One. Yes, I know I'm a little defensive about it at times, but I would not want them to own Capcom's IP. I just don't see that now. No, 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 no. But I mean, even with Nintendo, as much as I love them too, the Wii U is struggling right now, and who knows? Someone may end up buying them off in the next 3 or 4 years. Doubt it would happen because they got so much money in the bank, but possibilities in the future if they don't change their ways, they're going to end up blowing all of that Wii stash that they had. So, and yeah, so as far as that goes, the worst possible scenario is that Capcom gets soft chunks and pieces. EA gets Resident Evil. Who would get Mega Man? Let's just pretend Nintendo got Mega Man. Devil May Cry could get bought out by I don't know, Platinum Games. That would be nice. I'm sure. I'm sure because the original creators. I mean, these are just examples, and and some of it, may be great for certain IPs, but for some other ones, what if Mega Man fell in the wrong hands of somebody who just wants to squat on the IP and not really do anything with it, except that when somebody wants to use it, they can charge them money to license it and profit off of it. So yeah, it's one of those things that I don't think people really realize is that this may not be the best thing since sliced bread, and as many people hate Capcom, I still have a soft spot for them. Yes, they've done terrible, stupid things. They canceled Legends 3. Why did you cancel Legends 3? You ugh. So yes, I'm still a little bit bitter about that. Um, yeah, and well, anyways, I guess the point is that people shouldn't be looking at this as a joyous occasion. We should be concerned because of a company like Capcom, with its history of games like Ghost and Goblins, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, if these guys, if it gets divided, or if one company buys it, and it turns out to be a company that we wouldn't want to own it, then, I think we should be a little bit concerned. And, who knows, we may never get to see these franchises again. But not to be all doom and gloom, but let me know what your thoughts about this here. Do you think that this is a good thing that Capcom stockholders want to sell it off? Are you like me, who's a little bit worried about where it's going to go or it's going to be divided up? Or do you just not care about Capcom games and think I'm just a fat guy who really has nothing better to do with his time than do stuff like this? Which is kind of true. Anyways, guys, till next time, game on.